welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today, we're going to be covering mostly tropics, but a few other things as well. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell so you never miss another in-depth weather video. Here I am, National Weather Service page. We have a lot of watches, warnings, and advisories in the west. We have fire weather watches, we have air quality alerts, we have dense fog advisories, we have excessive heat warnings, we have red flag warnings. It is a mess in the west, all based on the wildfires that are going on right now. And it doesn't seem like those will be stopping soon, but fire weather risk is going down a bit. So that is good news. Other than that, you can see a lot of tropical storm warnings out to sea. That is based on Tropical Storm Laura, which we'll be covering in a little bit. Radar. Alright, we have a few thunderstorms in the plains and the Great Lakes. We have a few showers in the East Coast, more so in the Southeast. Showers, thunderstorms more consistent down there. A few showers and thunderstorms in the South, and a few more showers in the Washington State area. Satellite. You can see those clouds across the east. You can see some of those thunderstorms, and you can also see all the smoke coming from those wildfires right when the light starts to fade there. So now I do want to move on to the National Hurricane Center. Right now we do have Laura, we have 14, and then we do have this disturbance. 20% chance of formation in 48 hours and 5 days. Then in the Pacific, we have Genevieve, which is now post-tropical. Then we also have this disturbance here, 70% chance of cyclone formation in 5 days. But this development area, it's moving east, which is very uncommon. I don't think it's very common for East Pacific storms to be moving east. Usually when you get to these latitudes, you have the easterly waves, or at least they're moving either west or they're moving northwest. They're moving from the east. So, very weird. And then we also have one in the Central Pacific, which has a 30% chance of development over the next 5 days. Now, back to the Atlantic, we're just going to be taking a look at Laura, so let's go there. Let's go to the cone. As you can see, the cone has kind of shifted a bit. Originally, it was going to kind of hug the coastline of Florida and kind of possibly hit like areas of Florida, Alabama. Now it's kind of targeting more of a Louisiana area. Now, this was not the storm that we were thinking of that was going to hit Louisiana. We were thinking that 14 would. But now we're starting to see this kind of overall westward shift. And this is currently a tropical storm. It's going to stay a tropical storm for a while. But once it gets into the Gulf, we're going to start seeing those hurricane conditions. Tropical storm warnings have been put up in many islands, including the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti are in there as well. So we definitely have to monitor the system, and we'll be talking about that more here when we get to the current storm information. Here is Laura. And we're just going to be looking at intensity guidance. Again, a few of these models showing major hurricane status, most of them showing either Category 1 or Category 2, and a few others kind of showing it barely changing in any strength here. A few of them even showing it kind of diving down. So the spaghetti models are all over the place. The intensity guidance is all over the place. So we just have to wait and see. 14 is a little bit more consistent. So tropical depression 14, the intensity guidance there, it's boom or bust. So this thing either becomes a tropical storm soon or it won't. And the title of that video will reflect that. Now, let's move on to that 3-kilometer model. Let's go straight to Thermodynamics. And let's just carry on with the heat and heat in the west, a little bit cooler in the east. Just trying to let this boot up here quickly so we can get through this quick. So you can see much cooler. I mean, triple digits is still hot, but much cooler. Again, we have this clear divide of 90s in the west, and then of course elevation does dictate the temperatures a little bit there, but generally in the east, 80 degrees, even in Florida. So very nice in the east, a little hotter in the west. So GFS model, we can start to see Laura here, and then 14 as well. GFS has been a little bit more bullish now on Laura. You can see that wave with 14 showing it really weakening, definitely showing bust with that. But you can also see starting like at the very end when this thing really starts to unravel, you can see it start to move toward the south. Now that could be a little bit of Fujiwara effect. The Fujiwara effect is when two tropical systems get so close to each other that they start rotating around a central point in between the two. And now it's showing that Marco is gonna, well, maybe Marco, maybe 14 would weaken, but that would also possibly steer Laura further west, which it is showing that it will. So right now it looks like it's beelining for like central Louisiana, but that, so right here, right before that southward tip, tipping to the south a little bit, you can start to see kind of shooting more toward like eastern to central Louisiana, then, you know, kind of pushes it a little bit further west, and then it continues on its path now western Louisiana, eastern Texas. So a very slight difference in how these two storms interact is really going to determine the landfall of especially Laura. I think Laura is going to be the headliner here. Laura is going to be the big storm to watch, but we do have to watch 14 as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.